Imagine writing just one idea in Airtable and watching it turn into a complete blog post, written by AI, illustrated with custom images, and published automatically on your Shopify store. Then, the same system shares it instantly across all your social networks, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and Facebook, completely on autopilot. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to build the full automation, from generating ideas in Airtable to writing, illustrating, publishing, and promoting your content automatically. Before we start building the automation, there's one quick thing you need to set up inside Shopify. Because Shopify doesn't have a native n8n node for blog posts, we'll connect using the Shopify Admin API through a private app. Here's how to create it step by step. Log in to your Shopify Admin dashboard. Go to Settings, Apps and Sales Channels. Develop Apps. Click Create an App. Give it a name like n8n Blog Poster, and click Create App. Under Configuration, choose Admin API Integration scroll down, and enable Read and Write access for blog articles, files, and meta fields. These permissions let you publish posts with images and SEO data. Click Save, then go to the API Credentials tab. Finally, click Install App, and Shopify will generate your Admin API access token. Copy it and store it safely. We'll use this token in n8n to connect to Shopify's API and post your articles automatically. Before we jump into n8n, let me explain exactly how this automation works and what you have to do. Everything starts in Airtable, where you'll find a simple table designed for ideas. All you have to do is add as many ideas as you want in the idea column. These can be topics, keywords, or short prompts related to your brand. You can even use ChatGPT to generate a list of ideas and paste them directly here. Then, you'll see a column called Published. This controls whether the article will go live or stay as a draft. If you set Published to false, the post will be created as a draft in your Shopify dashboard, so you can review and edit it before publishing. But if you set it to true and you fully trust the automation, the post will be published automatically to your Shopify blog as soon as the workflow runs. There's also a word count column. That's where you can choose how long you want the article to be. You can enter 500 for a short blog or 1,200 to 1,500 words for a longer SEO article. So all you need to do is add your idea, set the publish status, and optionally define the word count. Everything else, from writing, image generation, and SEO optimization to posting on social media, happens automatically. And make sure you stay until the end of the video, because I'll show you exactly where you can download this full automation and the Airtable base, ready to use in your own workflow. Now let me show you how this automation was built. You can either download it directly or recreate it step by step using n8n. The workflow starts with two triggers: a schedule trigger, where you can decide how often the automation runs, and a manual trigger, which lets you test it whenever you want. Right after that, we have the Edit Fields node. This is where you enter a few details: your Shopify store name, Shopify access token, your author name, and the Shopify blog URL, where you want the posts to appear. You'll also add your Fal API key here for generating images automatically, and define the image size. Everything that follows runs entirely on autopilot once these values are set. The next step is an HTTP request node. Here, the automation connects directly to Shopify and retrieves your shop ID. You'll need this value later in the workflow when publishing the article automatically. The method is set to GET, and the URL points to your Shopify Store API using the data you entered earlier, your store name and access token. Once this node runs, it confirms that your Shopify connection works correctly and returns your blog IDs, which are essential for the publishing step later on. In this node, I'm using the search records operation from Airtable. After selecting the base and table, I've added a simple formula that filters only the rows I want to process. One important thing to note: I've disabled Return All and set the limit to just one. This makes sure the automation only takes one idea at a time. I'm doing this because in my setup, I want to post just one blog article per day automatically. The next node is another OpenAI node, and this one is used to generate related keywords. For my idea, I'm using the message a model operation and simply asking the model to list 10 buyer intent or product-focused keywords based on the idea that was pulled from Airtable. Out of those 10, I want 5 normal keywords and 5 long-tail ones, all separated by commas. These keywords will later help the AI structure the article for SEO, making it more searchable and optimized before publishing it automatically. The next node is the AI agent, and this is where the real magic happens. Here, I'm defining exactly what I want the model to generate. In my case, a complete SEO-optimized blog post package based on the data that came from Airtable. I'll scroll down so you can see my exact setup. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the prompt and use it as inspiration for your own version. This node is responsible for writing everything: the title, SEO metadata, full article, and even FAQs, all structured and ready to post automatically. After the AI finishes generating the content, I've added a wait node with a short 30-second delay, just to make sure everything is fully processed before moving on. Next, I'm using the update record node for Airtable. Here, I take all the data returned from the AI agent, the title, description, SEO text, article body, and even the FAQs, and send it back into my Airtable base. This step keeps everything perfectly organized and allows me to see exactly what the AI generated before it's published. If you remember from the AI agent node, I also asked it to generate a prompt for creating an image. This image will be used as a thumbnail for my blog post. To generate it, I'm using Seedream from Fal.ai, one of my favorite models, because it allows you to create all kinds of images without any major restrictions. I recommend checking out the Seedream settings on Fal.ai. You'll see that if you disable the safety checker, you can even generate more unusual or creative visuals, which can be useful for blog or marketing content. After that, I've added another wait node, this time for 1 minute and 30 seconds, to give the model enough time to finish processing. Then, I use an HTTP request node to retrieve the final image URL from Fal.ai once the generation is complete. That link will later be used to publish the article with a featured image directly on Shopify. The next node is another HTTP request, and it's very similar to the one I used earlier when I requested the Shopify data. I'm calling it again here, because I'll need this information in the following step. Both this node and the previous one are optional. If you already know your Shopify store name, access token, or author name, you can fill them in manually instead. Let me open it up so you can see exactly what's inside and how it's configured. The next node is the one that takes all the data and posts it directly to Shopify. This is done through an HTTP request node, and this part is really important. I've already prepared the entire node configuration for you, so you can publish your blog posts with a single API call. Until Shopify decides to release a native n8n node for blog posting. This setup will handle everything for you. You can pause the video here if you want to take a closer look at the full code and structure. After this step, I have another update record node in Airtable. Here, I paste the final URL of the published post. That way it's automatically stored and ready to use for the next phase, when we share it across social media. In this same node, I also mark the blog as posted so I always know what's already published. Next, we'll use Blotato to handle the social media distribution. If you don't already have a Blotato account, I highly recommend signing up using my link in the description. Once you're logged in, you'll start by adding this next node, the Upload Media node, which will send your blog thumbnail image to Blotato for posting. Then, one of the final nodes is the Post node from Blotato. I'll show you an example with the first one. Here, you just need to select your connected Blotato account and use the text and media URL fields exactly as you see on the screen. You can repeat the same setup for every social platform you want to post to: Instagram, X, LinkedIn, or Facebook. The last node in this automation is another Airtable node. Inside this one, I scroll to the bottom, and under Published on Socials, I mark it as Published. That way, I always know which posts have already gone live. And that's the entire automation. It's a really powerful system. It took me a few days to build it, test it, and make sure every connection works perfectly. If you appreciate this tutorial, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a like. Both the n8n automation and the Airtable base are available in my school community. It's a paid community, but it's one of the most affordable ones you'll find. And inside, you'll get access to one of the largest collections of real, working automations. Make sure to check out my other videos too. You'll discover dozens of advanced automations that can save you hours of work every week. Thank you again for watching this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave a comment. And if there's a special automation you'd like me to build, just let me know in the comments. I'll create it for you.